All right, what's up, you guys? Today I want to talk a little about retro gaming enthusiasts. I actually made a video a couple weeks ago about just like the TikTokification of retro gaming and how I'm like building this like small little like makeshift retro gaming setup, and it's just a work in progress that's going to take a while, and pretty much sending a message that you don't need like this big retro gaming setup with like CRT TVs and like even original hardware. You don't need to be spending all this money to enjoy retro gaming. I have many close friends who are like not nearly as deep into gaming as you and I. Like they don't watch gaming YouTube, and I've seen them plug an N64 into a TV, 16:9 aspect ratios, but they're having fun. So they send a message, look, I'm playing Ocarina of Time, and it's stretched out, and that thing is just plugged direct into the TV, right? And it's like, but they're having fun. Okay. I look at that, I'm like, man, I would at least change it to like 4:3, at least get, so it's not all stretched out. But at the same time, it's like, if they're having fun, who's to diminish their fun, right? And so it's pretty much like what the message was, is like, just get started, and like you can just buy games, plug it in, and if you are enjoying it and having fun, then that's good enough. That is retro gaming. There's no one who should be diminishing the fun you're having or invalidate the fun you're having. And so I posted a companion short to that video, which was just a 1 minute summary of it. Like, you don't need the expensive stuff. You don't need to be having this huge setup and go all in on this. Like, you can just get the cheap stuff you already have. Just get a cheap $100 console, plug it in, and just play, and that's good enough. Just like the core video, which my core audience, you guys responded very well to that video. The short, also a lot of people have responded very well to. It has like a 10-to-1 ratio of up to down votes, but something happened with that video. The retro gaming enthusiasts crawled out of the woodwork, and honestly, I was shocked. I guess maybe I'm not as chronically online as I think I might be, because I've always respected the hardcore retro gamer who has the CRTV, who has like 16 old vintage console setup. They have the Atari 2600, they have the Sega Saturn, the Super Nintendo. They have all this stuff set up, and with the proper cables and like the switch boxes and all that, and everything's just ready to go. I've always respected those people, and I still do. The people who have that setup and they play it and enjoy it and play games, I absolutely enjoy them. But these like gatekeepers came out, and they're like, actually, you do need a CRTV. Like, you can't, it's like that meme, like the quit having fun. It's like, you cannot have fun unless you have a CRT TV. And like, it makes me want to make one of my parody videos about these retro gaming enthusiasts.
Well, actually, you do need a CRT TV because you won't be able to play Duck Hunt.
Which I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, I can't play Duck Hunt. Is this like your big old defense? Like, you can't play Duck Hunt without a CRT TV. It's like, you're not wrong. You cannot play Duck Hunt without a CRT TV. But like, if my closest friends, if they want to get a little deeper in the hobby, or even starting out just fresh, like all they do is play modern games like PS5 or Xbox Series X, and they're like, I miss like retro gaming, and I miss the N64. You just be like, dude, just go buy an N64. It's like $100. Go buy one. And they're like, yeah, but I don't know. I look online, I see all these things. I don't want to have to get a CRT TV and all that. I don't want to have to be like, yes, you do need to spend the extra money on CRT TV. Those things are heavy, so you need to make sure you have the correct furniture that can support that, and you have to do all this work just to get up in gaming. It's like, just get them. I just want to be able to tell them, just get started, buy that N64, go in and plug it in, and if you're able to enjoy the game playing it, that's good. That's great. And if you want to get deeper over time, then we can start talking about the CRT TV. But I want to be like, dude, don't just plug it into a TV. You need the CRT TV, because what if you end up wanting to play Duck Hunt, right? You want to play Duck Hunt someday? You can't play Duck Hunt unless you have a CRT TV, so you need it. It's like, dude, these people are not playing Duck Hunt. Like, they're not, is that what they do all weekend? Like, they Duck Hunt is the best game ever. It's like, yeah, I like Duck Hunt too. But at the same time, if I go the rest of my life and I don't play Duck Hunt ever again, which like honestly might be the case, I could still live a very full and fulfilling life without playing Duck Hunt again. And so I just don't understand the mentality of why you would need to feel the need to gatekeep something like retro gaming. I don't know why you wouldn't want to expand on it and make it more accessible. Like the message of both those videos. Again, even the short, the message was like, if you want to start retro gaming, just get something cheap, plug in the TV. It might not be like the best, the most peak way of playing a retro game, but it's serviceable, and you can in fact enjoy a retro game. I mean, I did it myself. I played a couple rounds of Super Mario Brothers. On the Wii, it was the I still have it on the Virtual Console, but I don't have it plugged into a scaler. It's just plugged straight into this modern TV, so it's not a CRT TV. It's plugged straight into the AV cables in the back, and so I know it's not the best. There's probably some kind of lag. Maybe I'm just ignorant or just stupid. If it's like a point 0.4 like millisecond input lag delay, but like I think about like, and I'm still probably I'm gonna make this perfectly clear. Like, I understand the point of a CRT TV. The only reason I don't have a CRT TV is because like I don't have a space in my house I want to make room for. If I have it there, it sticks out, and then it's like I don't want to watch YouTube on a CRT TV. I use this treadmill and YouTube every day. That's not really the spot I want a CRT TV. If this channel goes on long enough that I end up moving to a bigger house and I have more square foot in my basement, I will get a CRTV and have a retro gaming setup, but with my current space, that's just not my priority, and so that's not where like I'm making the investments. And even that setup, I played a couple rounds of Super Mario Brothers. I'm just like, this is completely serviceable. This is very playable. Like I'm actually having a good time. And thinking about if I upgraded that to a CRT TV, and if I compare them side by side with like a digital foundry style, yes, the CRTV version's going to look better. If I play them one after the other, I'm sure the CRT TV original hardware, that's going to be the better feeling game. It's all going to be better. But like at the same time, I think about the effort it would take to get a CRT TV. They're heavy. Those things are heavy. And I wouldn't want like a small 19-inch one, right? I would want to do it right if I'm going to do this. I'd have to get a heavy one. I'd have to get new furniture that could support it, rewire, do all this stuff. Probably get like an actual NES, get all that set up. What if like those old hardware and the CRT TV, these things can fail. Like I might have to invest in my time into maintenance at some point, and that's cool. And that would probably give me the best, most authentic experience. But you know, these people are saying you need a CRT TV to enjoy retro gaming. I just think that's wrong because if the goal is to play a game, it's still the same Mario Brothers. Level 1-1 is still the same level. It's still the same music. It's still the same win condition. If there's a slight bit of input lag, in a way, that's almost just like changing the rules of the game. But it's still like very serviceable. Of course, unless you're in a situation where it's not serviceable if you didn't put your TV into game mode or something. But at least from my experience, what I did, and that might not be the same for every console, right? Maybe a real NES is worse, but like what I did with my Wii, that was fine. That worked. But I think about that experience playing just Super Mario Brothers on that TV, on that setup, I didn't have a CRT TV, so all of a sudden, like, those sessions, were those not fun sessions? Like, did I do it wrong? Am I a fraud? And I think about, okay, so if I went and bought a CRT TV, bought the furniture, got the whole setup going, and I sit down and play it, it's still Super Mario Brothers, right? And so I think it's going to objectively be a better experience. And I hope someday that I have that set up permanently, like in my house, where I can enjoy that nostalgic vibe and feeling. But at the same time, is it going to make the game twice as fun? Is it going to be 10% fun? Like, I don't think that the amount of like the improvement it would make to just playing Super Mario Brothers in that setup, I don't think, for me personally, it is worth that. I think if I get a RetroTink 4K upscaler, I think that's going to get me, like, it won't be a perfect 100% authentic experience like it was back in the 80s that a lot of people strive to replicate. But for me personally, I think it'll be good enough. And then also, like, then the benefits of, like, okay, well, if I just had it all in a CRT TV down here, this would be the only place I would want to play something like a real N64 or the Wii. But it's like, if I have the RetroTink, I can then move it into my living room, and when the kids get older and we want to play Wii Sports, like, or just like Wii in general, I can bring the Wii up there and have it look decent, look pretty good on the 4K TV. Again, it wouldn't look as good as a CRT TV, but like it would still be fun. And even without the upscaler, it's still very serviceable. Enjoyment and fun and entertainment value could still be had on this. And so I don't know that mentality of needing to gatekeep. I don't know if maybe these people, were playing Mario Brothers on a setup like this, and then they did all this investment and time and got the CRT TV and got what they thought on YouTube was supposed to be the right way, the best way to do it. And, they're just parroting all these things like, well, I wouldn't be able to play Duck Hunt otherwise, if something about them almost regrets it, or if they're unhappy with it. Because if they're happy with it, then they've been the team of the retro gamers who have that stuff, and they just play games, and maybe they don't even engage with modern gaming. They're just off in their own worlds, and I respect that. But I don't know if you feel the need that you have to gatekeep like your hobby. Like, you should want more people. You should want more people to retro game, especially if, like, I'm not like a full time retro gamer. I play modern gaming too, and I think modern gaming, there's a lot of bad in it. There's good in modern gaming too. Don't get me wrong, but maybe it's like 30 or 40% good, 60 or 70% bad, and like a lot of that stuff like microtransactions and battle passes and broken games and long dev cycles. I would love that to change. And it's not even like voting with your dollar. We're in an attention economy, right? So it's like you can buy games. I still buy games and I build a backlog. Maybe I haven't even played them, but like these studios still get shut down. And like, yeah, the shutdown's bad and it's going to crash and hopefully like rebuild itself. But if more people allocate some of their time into retro gaming and that attention gets split and goes into retro gaming, regardless how you do it, with or without a CRT TV, I think then that's going to take attention away from modern gaming. And then, that should send signals to these gaming companies who haven't shut down. That's like, all right, if we want to stay alive, we need to start like, competing with retro gaming. And whether you do it with like, physical hardware, CRT TVs, or if you go the emulation route, either way, those dollars aren't going to the modern companies. And yeah, even with emulation, like there's a lot of people like, you don't even need a CRT, like any physical hardware, just get into emulation. And it's like, yeah, us people who are computer literate, like we know how to do that stuff. And, talking about recommending and sending the message to people who aren't huge into gaming in general or computers, and like they don't even know when you tell them, dude, switch your TV to 4x3, like they don't even know how to do it. It's like, I don't want to tell them that you're too stupid to play retro gaming. Like, I don't, why would you do that? It's just let them start, let them get something, plug it in and play it. And then, maybe at first, like maybe they're ignorant and they enjoy it and cool. Like you're having fun. You're playing Ocarina of Time. You're not playing Fortnite. You're playing Ocarina of Time. That's awesome. And that should be celebrated. And then maybe like any hobby, you start getting deeper into it. And like, then they're like, oh yeah, I figured out how to like change my TV to 4x3. It looks less stretch. I think like this looks great. It's like, cool. Awesome. And then maybe eventually they're like, oh dude, like I'm thinking about getting a CRT TV just to get that feel from back in the day. And it's like, awesome. Like, that's cool. But why would you like stop them right away or intimidate them? It's like, if you want to get into this hobby, okay, like this is a serious deal. Like you gotta go full in on the CRT TV. You have to get all this stuff and do all this. And it's like, I don't know what, like a video that was meant to be just like this like positive message for people who like aren't even into like retro gaming, or they've like they moved on with modern times and they haven't even considered retro gaming, and when they see it online and they're like, oh, that's cool, they see these huge setups and are intimidated by it. They're like, I could never like get to that point. It's too much. It's like people who are intimidated to watch One Piece, right? It's like 1,000 episodes long, and they're like, I can't watch it. Like, I only want 12 episode long seasons because like I can't commit that much time. I'm like, don't complain that you're bored, because you have like 3 years worth of entertainment value right here in One Piece, one of the greatest works of fiction of all time. And like, but you're like too afraid to start it because it's too long, because like, I don't know, you feel this need that you need to be like in the conversation. So I need to watch something and move on to the next thing. And like, I don't know. And with like the retro gaming, it's like, they're like, I don't know if they're like afraid that just their hobbies being encroached on, or it has to be a certain way that they believe it, or they have this like a superiority complex about it. It just doesn't make sense to me unless there's like something about it that they're like actually not happy about. I don't know why you would want to gatekeep really anything, but especially something like retro gaming, where the more people who convert, not 100%. I don't think I'm not 100% a retro gamer. I think that people should, who think that gaming is not fun anymore, or think they're falling out of gaming, maybe they haven't realized or even considered that maybe it's just modern gaming that's the problem, and like gaming used to be fun, those games are the same and they're still there and they can still be enjoyed the same way. And so the more people that get into retro gaming, even at a casual level, the attention gets moved there. You have more companies like Analog and Mod Retro pop up that create new retro hardware, publish and re-release new cartridges of retro games. And I think it's only healthier and, and has potential for the retro gaming hobby in general. I just don't know why you'd want to gatekeep something like that. And I'm just like so surprised and shocked at how defensive people just jumped out to be. Uh, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? Just some observation I had with that. That was really interesting. Yeah, like the video, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.